Good day. How are you? Amazing. Oh, it's the most wonderful time of the year. We can only hope and pray, right? Well, recently, my husband took us to Skyland Stadium, which is where we live, if you haven't heard of it. And they have this beautiful sparkling light show that you drive through. So it is pandemic friendly. And what happens is as you drive through the area designated for the sparkling lights, you really have a pleasant surprise with every turn that you didn't see, or what you're looking at. Is that a snowman? Is it a reindeer? Is it some type of dreidel? Something. But there's something for everyone, and it's so amazing, so beautiful. And here's the truth to it. This time of year, everyone is looking for hope, right? Hope. We want joy, but we're looking for hope. Where is hope? Hope, where you at, girl? Right? And so the funny thing about that is, the day after Thanksgiving, everybody was out shopping, and my husband was like, nope. This is what we're doing, and we did. We had such an amazing time, and we've been living in our area for the past going on 5 years. The first time, it was an amazing show, and then, after each year, it was nice, it was beautiful, but this year, it was so amazing and beautiful, and the feeling of outdoing oneself was definitely amongst us all when we were driving through the beautiful light show. So then, we decided, I definitely said, let's take pictures, and my kids were there, and we took pictures. It was so beautiful, and there was something that made me laugh. They had, NPPD, like a police car and lights. Sounds like New York Police Department, so my husband was like, no, North Pole Police Department. How hilarious. You see, there was so much whimsy, so much magic. It really made us feel wonderful and truly amazing. Now, we also have to run errands every day and do different things. And the other night, we were running around doing different things, and it got dark pretty early. And we were in Randolph, New Jersey, and we drove past this gorgeous, amazing home. The lights, I had to literally get out of the car and look. It was so beautiful. And, I asked the homeowner, because she was outside handing out candy canes. I asked her, I said, are people allowed in your property? So she's like, yes, it's okay, you can look, and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, well, how much money do you take in donations? And she said, honestly, she does it from the kindness of her heart. Let's take that in for a second, okay? The kindness of our heart. Well, I said, well, thank you so much. This is absolutely beautiful. Is it okay if I come back with my children? She said, yes, come back, I'm here. And I was like, okay, thank you so much. And we left. Me and my husband really felt like, remember, with this thinking back, visiting Dyker Heights and Brooklyn and looking at all the lights growing up. When you have literally nothing in your pocket and you look up and you see the lights, it really can change your mind frame. Not that I don't have anything in my pocket, but just thinking about how people are going through things. Sometimes you need a little kindness, a little hope, a little inspiration. And, sometimes I'll go on and on about, things that happen and what we need to do and how we fix problems. But sometimes we just need a little bit of light, right? You make a nice, rich chocolate cake with a little light icing. The idea is sometimes we need to find this inner peace. And we all go through these turmoils each day. I really love this light system that my husband bought years back. And he plugs it in and it just flickers light on the house. But the way our house is positioned with that light, it really is so beautiful. And in my husband's character, it's a light show, but it's quite humble and modest. That's how he likes to have it. And normally that's all I'm going to do outside. That's it. You won't see me doing anything else. And then inside, I'll have my menorah, my tree, and all the different things that we celebrate and do. But really, the feeling of magic is something that I never knew I needed in my life till just recently. And I think honestly, when I had my children, I started sensing like this feeling of magic, creating magic for my children so that when they wake up, they feel this energy, this synergy. And now I'm starting to want it for myself, which I've never wanted or felt like I wanted. Sometimes I joke around and I'll say, the nicest gift out of all your presents came from mom and dad. The most reliable one came from Santa, kind of joke. Or I'll say things like, 8 friendly days of lighting the candle. But what are we grateful for? What are we praying for? I try to keep my children grounded. But I don't want them to be so grounded that when they grow up, they forget about whimsy. They forget about hope. They forget about people who have kindness in their heart. My husband is the type of man that will carve it out of wood for you, will design anything for you to make you happy. I'll tell you something. A long time ago, a long time ago, when me and my husband were just dating, and I was having a struggle because I was new to having to be an adult, and I didn't have my mom, and my father was ill, and I had to figure out life immediately. And some things I didn't understand was like grocery shopping, for example. So one day my boyfriend at the time came to visit me, and he opened up my refrigerator and there was literally nothing in there. So he was like, all right, I'll be back. I was like, okay. Yeah. Sitting in that apartment that I had. And he came back. And I think like I had said to him before he left, I should say. I had said, hey, I can make you a sandwich. Like 2 pieces of bread. We wish we had something. So my husband left. My boyfriend at the time left. And he came back and he had ham, cheese, provolone, Munster, Polish ham. I mean, he had so many different lunch meats. Lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, ketchup, salt, pepper. And I was like, what is this? And he brought it in my house. And of course, I'm grateful. Prosciutto. He had like so many different things. And he put it in the middle of the counter. And then he had bakery items from the Italian bakery. And I was like, what is this? And he was like, let me tell you right now. I don't care what we go through as a couple, but you will always have food in your refrigerator. This is like a little ridiculous, Fanny. Now make me a sandwich. And I remember laughing and making him a sandwich. Do you know we've been married 18 years. And if it's through the sweat on his brow, the callus on his hand, the ache in his back, my husband always makes sure that his children and his wife and his family are provided for. And there's something about, if you ever met him, his charisma, his charm, something about who he is, the phenomenal man that he is, that it blows me away how consistent he is regarding certain aspects of our life. And it's like without say or without ask or without need, he does things. And I know he's thankful. And I know he's grateful. God help him. I know he's mine, right? But more importantly, through all this, gives me hope. Because a long time ago when I had literally nothing, I hoped that as long as I kept my faith, as long as I do what I gotta do, I'm gonna do my hustle, I'm gonna work hard, do strong things, I'm gonna get my game correct. I hope that it all works out. And sometimes, I'll say to you guys, don't hope it. Don't hope it into reality. Make it happen into reality. So state it as if it happened, so it could be a happen rather than a hope. But sometimes you still need the hope. You still need to look out your window, look into the skyline, see the one star that twinkles. And although there may be a million other people looking at that star belongs to you in that moment. And in this moment, just wanted to share some love, some happiness, some good vibes. And thank you so much. The next time you hear from me will be in season 4. Happy holidays. And thank you so much for joining me on this journey, a fantastic life. Have a great day. Bye now.